everybody. It's Alyssa, otherwise known as Mrs. Comet Hunter. I am doing a quick video about the cross-stitch frame that I've been using, and so I'm going to flip you around and tell you more about this frame. So, be right back. Okay, so here we are with my cross-stitch frame, and before I talk about it specifically, I'm going to show you what it is on Amazon so it's easy to find because I'm probably going to butcher the name. So here's a picture of it. This is on Amazon.com. So if you're in Canada, I don't believe you can get this from .ca. I had to order it from .com. So that's a note. So this is the Goncharoff. I'm sorry if that's really off, but that's what I'm going with. It's the embroidery frame, and this is the Diana frame. It is important to know that there are multiple sizes of this, and they're all female names. So if you look up at the top here, there's one that's related that's also called Olivia. So the one that I have is the Diana frame, okay? And it's a certain, you can see the sizes here. Okay, it's made from beech wood, and this is the frame, how it's set up. When I bought it, it was, I believe, $45. It looks like it's not available online right now, but you never know, okay? You can see here it's gotten lots of good ratings, and this is why I bought it. When I was looking for a cross-stitch frame, I was looking all over the place. I got some information from friends. I got some information from a cross-stitch shop, and a lot of them were really expensive. And I was concerned that I was going to buy something that was going to be really expensive and I wasn't going to use it. So I found this option for about 45 bucks plus taxes, and I thought that would be a good thing to start with. So here it does say, you know, it rotates 360 degree. There's lots of adjustments, and their different frames are interchangeable with the different frames. So that's kind of cool. And it does say it's easy to assemble. So I'm just going to show you some different photos that it has on Amazon here. There it is with some cross stitch in it. A different way to set it up. So it can be set up different ways, which is interesting. Just showing you the joints and how it works. And then the front view. So let's bring you over to mine here. Here is mine set up. Okay. So you can see that there are two bars, basically scroll rods, and they turn. So you can easily take them out. These are just screws with washers. So you can take them out and you can get different scroll rods and exchange them fairly easily. So they come out top and bottom, which is nice. And then if you look at the side here, you can see you can adjust. Sorry for the lighting, it's not a great day, but for lighting. But you can see how you can adjust here. You can move the frames apart to the top and the bottom, or anywhere in between. And so you can actually get quite a nice range of width of fabric. You can also move this, so the center part of the frame, up and down along this axis, which is nice. This here is where you, if you loosen this, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty, so lefty-loosey, and then on the other side, lefty-loosey, and this is where you can turn it around. Very smooth. And then if you want, you can just hold it there as you tuck in your back threads, or you can tighten it again and keep it there. And then you can rotate it back fairly easily and then tighten it again. It is a little bit of a pain to have to tighten and loosen every time you want to change it, but it's not that big of a deal. I don't go back and forth that often. I tend to use large thread lengths, so I don't have to go back and forth that often. This is awesome for obviously doing two-handed stitching. So I often place my left hand, which is my dominant hand, behind the fabric and my right hand above the fabric. So it makes me be able to stitch twice as fast at least. You may be thinking how this is attached on the bar. You can see this here, these clamps. So it's almost like a Q-snap idea. So we have a wooden bar that goes underneath, and the fabric goes around the rod, and then there's a bunch of these, just little, it looks very much like a Q-snap, except it has this ridge on one side. And that's because if you look at the bar, I don't know if you can see it very well, there's kind of a trough almost in the bar. I don't want to take my fabric off here, but there's like a trough in the bar that fits into, so it keeps it on lovely, in a lovely way. So you just kind of snap it on just like a Q-snap, which is nice. It's really easy to put on. You don't have to sew your fabric. You don't have to attach your fabric in any way to the bar. You just put it over the bar and put these snaps on and you're good to go. And there's some on the bottom as well that you probably saw when I flipped it over. Now, the one thing I have found, and it's probably because I'm a first time frame user. I've used Q-snaps, those are easy to do, but this is the first time I've done a scroll frame. I found it a little difficult to get my fabric uneven tightness, as you can see here, right? You can see that it's kind of looser in some place and tighter in others. So that's something I would have to practice, but it's not too bad. I'm sure you could get a much more even tautness if you need it. Let's take a look at the way you can set it up on the sides here. So instead of just having this one joint and having this a specific way, you can actually adjust the height of this. So this can go up and down, and this can also go up and down. So you can change the height, how you use it. So I use this on a table as a tabletop frame. I've used it on the couch, and I use it outside across my lap as a bench, and it's really easy to adjust. There's another way you can set it up, which I haven't used yet, but it's more like a Z. So instead of the frame coming out this way, this would go the other way and come out this way. And so you can get it to be much higher that way. So this is kind of a C shape, you can see. It's a C. You can also flip this over to the other side and have a Z shape. So you can get a whole other set of settings that way as well. And again, you have these adjustments, of course, on both sides. And so I've been finding, for the price, it's absolutely a great product for its price. The couple things that I've had issues with are, of course, getting the fabric tight. The other thing I've been having a little bit issue with is you have to be really careful to not over tighten the screws, because if you do, you'll tend to strip it and then they'll become loose. So just be careful when you do that. But it's easy. It seems to look like it's easy to get replacement parts on Amazon. For the bars, you can get extra scroll rods, you can get extra clamps. So I think for the price, $45, I was looking at other frames that were in the hundreds for sure. So I think this is a really great deal. It's a great frame for beginners or even people who are intermediate and just want another floor or lap frame or table frame. So I highly suggest it. I think it's a great product. I'm really happy with it, and it makes my stitching go very, very quickly. So that's my review of this frame, and I hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching.